Putin is highly unusual in that before he became the prime minister of Russia, he had no public life. And so he had a chance to create his own image. And I think it's actually very important to know what he wants to communicate, what kind of image he wants to project. In a sense, it's more important than what actually happened.
He is an information warrior in that sense. He's making an image, as you've already articulated, he's making an image of himself. It's almost like, you're right, he creates a Numina-like effect about himself, and then we can all project onto him whatever we want.
I mean, I don't know how willful it is, because actually the interviews that he gave when he was acting president, so Yeltsin resigned on December 31st, 1999, making Putin the fairly new prime minister. He'd only been in office for 4 months, making him the acting president and a shoo-in in an early presidential election. And that was very much part of the idea of resigning on December 31st. But Putin still has no public persona, so a media team was assembled very quickly, and he sat down for interviews with them 6 times, with 3 journalists, and they wrote a book that's still available called In the First Person. And if you read that book closely, there's nothing in there about his being a European, there's nothing in there about his appreciation for democracy. Basically, he's projecting one main sort of myth about himself, which is that he's a thug. The story that he keeps telling over and over again, and that his friends tell, the sort of the vetted stories by friends in the book, are all stories about Putin getting into fights, and they all unfold according to the same scenario. He lashes out when he feels wronged, and then he quiets down, and everybody thinks it's over, and then when they least expect it, he lunges again. So,
and Masha, what did that tell you about him?
Well, this is a story about a man who's vengeful, and he wants us to know that he's vengeful, and he's aggressive, and he's reckless, because he talks about how he got into a fight like that as a young officer. He got into a street fight over, I don't remember, it was a tram ticket or something like that, a bus ticket. So, and he points out that he was risking his career. If, as a KGB officer, it had been discovered that he got into a street brawl, that would have probably killed his chances for a foreign posting. So he has so much trouble controlling his temper that he will risk everything that he's worked for in life for an opportunity to eventually lash out.
That's at least the story he wants to tell.
That's the story he wants to tell, and he's certainly acted in accordance with that.